everybody. Today is Monday, July 18th, 2022. I'm coming at you with your daily dose. Today was a really interesting day in the markets. We're still in the middle of earnings season. We saw some earnings come out today, and we also saw Apple come out today talking about how they're preparing for a recession, and the markets reacted to that. So stocks sold off today sharply in the afternoon after the news that Apple plans to slow hiring and curb their spending for next year. So they're preparing for a recession. And the market really takes to heart what Apple does, since not only is it the biggest company in the world or publicly traded on the S&P 500, but it's also arguably the best company in the world, the most sound company in the world. And if you see them start preparing for a recession, then it can be an indicator for the whole economy. So we saw stocks slide after that news. Whether or not it's directly correlated to that, we don't know. But Apple came out with this news, and then the stock sold off. So that's what happened. So that's really interesting. Apple's preparing for a recession, just like a lot of other firms are. And they were quoted saying that they're going to be more careful during uncertain times. So it sounds like they're trying not to scare the market into selling them off or into overreacting, but their stock closed down a little over 2% anyways. And the indices also sold off today. So the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 were down around 0.8. The Dow was down 0.7. And previously in the session, all three indices were up at least 1%. So we started out hot and we sold off throughout the day. So more on the Fed, just like we talked about last week, we're still expecting a rate hike of either 75 basis points or 100 basis points at the next meeting. Either way, that's going to be a big hike. Bank of America and Goldman Sachs reported earnings today. Both saw a drop in profit. Goldman Sachs saw a 48% drop in second quarter profit, and Bank of America saw a profit drop of 34%, so not exactly ideal. Other than that, this just some executives, JP Morgan executive, talking about what they're expecting and that they're preparing for a recession. So we still have a lot of earnings to come out this week. We still have Netflix, still have Tesla, still have Twitter. If you start to see some of the big tech stocks miss earnings, because of their weighting in the markets, you could see the indexes fall more. So that'll be really interesting. I'm interested to see how Apple is, how Microsoft is, how Tesla is, because those will really have a big influence on where the market goes next. So if they miss and they sell off, we could be headed towards another pretty big sell-off. So here's the S&P 500. Here's what it did today. So we gapped up at the open. We were up over 1% in the beginning of the day, and we kind of just sold off. We got that news from Apple, and we just sold heavy throughout the day. So it didn't look good today on the S&P 500, down 0.84%. But there was a bright spot today, and that was Bitcoin. Bitcoin's showing some strength. This is the trend line we've been following. This is the range we've been following, and look at this. Bitcoin looks like it's going to break through, and then it's not confirmed yet, but it's looking like it's breaking through this trend line. So if it can get through this level here, and it stays above, what do I expect? I expect Bitcoin to go to this level next, the 28 to 30,000 level next, and see what happens. So Bitcoin did show some strength today, as did Ethereum. And crypto did not sell off with the NASDAQ today. We've seen crypto be kind of directly correlated with the NASDAQ and tech stocks recently. But it showed strength today, so that's good if you're a Bitcoin holder. Obviously, no one that holds Bitcoin wants it to break below this zone. That would not be a good scenario for the Bitcoin investors. So seeing it show a little bit of strength is good. But thank you for joining us today. We're still seeing companies preparing for a recession. We're still seeing hiring slow. We're seeing rate hikes. We're seeing the economy tighten. So if you want to know more about what all that means, be sure to tune into the weekly wrap that we posted this past Saturday. It was a really good episode. So be sure to give that a watch. And we'll be here all week with the Daily Dose. So thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow.